Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, so we like to do the after talk just to, you know, illuminate on what we just spoke about. If there's anything juicy that we want to unfold a bit more, what really stood out for you
Well, a
as
lot.
a
I mean, I feel like when I'm talking about very basic things, I kind of know the answer often because it is my consciousness. But I like the clarity um, on that as well.
yeah, so where did you get relief
Well,
or
essentially,
ahas?
it's the love state, right? Because it is my consciousness, whether it's my father, my view of the world, different opinions, all the infomercials. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
I thought that was really good. Like we don't when okay, this thing of oneness, when you awaken the remembrance of oneness, not only are you now not only are you living out your enlightenment, but you are living out the world's enlightenment and all that are in it. And
right,
just as you hold your attention on the enlightened beingness that you are, the awakened being, you now, part of the adventure is to hold that enlightened awakened being for anybody else that shows up in your life and for the world itself.
right,
So you see the world now rather as a trap that you must escape to a movie of a world awakening,
right.
right? And you don't want to miss the movie now, right?
No, you don't want to miss the party. And I love that how she said, are you focusing on love or
You
fear?
mean how I said?
Yeah, how you said. Sorry. So it's funny. Raziel, Archangel Raziel, had said this over a year ago, and he said,
that that the transmissions are always a more thorough version of Mukti Anandama, but like that's as one moves into the embodiment of this eternal identity,
mm-hmm,
that eternal identity becomes more and more ever present, right?
right,
So those transmissions are more of her, but I am her.
right.
Oh, always, even
Always.
even in the beginning.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it. Thank you,
Well,
Mukti
it's not just for
Anandama.
me, it's for all.
Yeah,
Because that eternal being, you're not going to find it outside. You're not going to dress up in a certain way and put on these clothes so now you're this eternal being.
yeah,
It's something you draw out of yourself.
right. And this actually what you have been saying has been said other times by other beings, but a year and a half ago, roughly, so I'm paraphrasing, Raziel said, the pixels on the screen, it's all your interpretation of it and the meaning of your meaning you give it that defines it. And of course, that's not exactly how he said it,
Well,
but
and it not only defines it, it fuels it.
mm-hmm.
It's either, it's going to create more of the movie.
Yeah,
Oh, if you're defining your father as an eternal being who is in the process of remembering that every moment and look for evidence of that,
right,
you're going to see more, right?
right,
Because now you're defining in a new way. The movie has to play out in the way that you defined it.
right,
If you're interacting with anybody with a mentality of they're asleep and they're whatever. I mean, it's not that it's wrong, because we came as limited being to have limited experience of what it might be like to be separate and have experiences that we had nothing to do with,
right.
but we really did.
Well, I think you just nailed it. It's separation, the idea of loss and separation, which is not real, engenders fear. So, as she said with my father, I was seeing him as a threat to my awakening. And so, anytime there's fear, there's going to be a lower state than if there's love.
Yeah, well, that's very observant and very honest, and I think that's happens to us all. I still
Mm-hmm.
do that with individuals from time to time.
Yeah.
But that's the process, and it's
Yeah.
okay because we signed up for a process.
Right.
We want instant all and everything, we wouldn't be here
Right.
having this experience, right? Of course, we're in many realities, having many different experiences, but right now the light is on this one.
Right.
The consciousness is on this one.
Well, and I think there's a difference between believing and knowing. I know when Metatron was addressing your awakening, he had said at one point, which clarifies this point, that as you are realizing everything on the screen is you without exception, though of course you are not the only being, you are seeing all beings according to the vibration of your light body. And I'm paraphrasing the
Well,
source.
I'm
But
glad that you remember better than I do.
yeah, no, but it's a way to elaborate, like, how are there other people and it's all me? You know, of
Yes.
course, you're not the only being, you're seeing them according to the vibration
You're
of your light.
seeing the version of them
Yeah.
that you are defining them to be, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, the thing is you may define someone to be enlightened or on their journey of enlightenment. That doesn't mean they're going to show up any different,
Mm-hmm.
because when you have let that go to the mystery of life that unfolds the goodness, the mystery of life unfolds the movie. It's up to the mystery of life to unfold that character in your movie in the best way.
Right.
And it could be the rest of the life is like that, because that's the benefit of the being.
Right. So anything that enters my consciousness or from my consciousness, my
You
movie.
can't be tied to the results.
Right.
You can't say, I'm seeing this person as enlightened. Why are they showing up like this?
Well, essentially seeing everything.
Maybe they're so enlightened that they've given themselves permissions to permission this life to be a jackass,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is.
Right.
You see?
So I guess part of the trick is to see everything that enters your sphere as just for you, essentially.
Yes.
And I guess,
It's best to, yes, and not only for you, but for them.
but also then this ties into the infomercial idea of, they're all trying to lure you into those realities. Where is the line? How do you delineate or navigate everything is for you, and also I'm not going into everybody's movie? How do you couch
Well,
that?
in the standpoint that everything is for you, the movie will reorganize itself around that. And these people will either be there or not be there, or if they're there, they don't bother you, or if
Right.
they're there and they bother you, you have no thought about moving in a different direction. There's no internal struggle about what to do.
Right.
And there's no judgment either. So a lot of people try to have a mentality that they're not really congruent with internally. I recommend becoming internally congruent with that idea. If you start living, everything is for me, then when you interact with people, you're going to be looking for the blessing,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how they act. And the blessing might be, I don't really need to engage with this. But there'll be no back and forth or remorse or regret or guilt, because it's coming from an internal place, not
Yeah.
an external, I need to be a good person. I need,
I've had,
or I need
yeah.
to reject the world.
No, you're right. I've had a kind of a type of experience of this for years when I was younger, but I feel like I've answered our own questions here. If you're in that love state, you essentially have your own incubation chamber around you, your own field. And so if you're just holding that state.
Yeah, but again, you're making an enemy. You don't need an incubation field.
Uh-huh.
You are becoming a projector of love on the screen. And the love might be on the screen depending on what the void projects. Just loving as your father is the way he is, knowing that it doesn't impact you because you're always love.
Better, well said. Yeah, the screen, yeah, is better than the
Yeah.
chamber. Yeah.
Well, incubation.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not well articulated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get
Now,
that.
it's not that it's, there is a time of cocooning, but when you are liberated within yourself and you can allow the movement of life to move through you, there's no pushing away the world. It just happens naturally without conflict internally.
Right,
You just don't answer the phone call.
right.
You just, you know, decide to stay in. Like there's no compulsion to go anywhere.
Yeah,
There's no compulsion to reach out to people. But there's not like, oh, now I got to go put myself here because my awakening depends on it.
right.
And it it's kind of more of a natural thing, and that's and look, everybody's going to get there anyway. Even if you struggle and go to the cave and put all the walls up and around, you'll eventually get to the place I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter. Like, it's okay.
Right.
Whatever your journey is.
And that's beautiful. I appreciate everything as always. It was very distinct though when I visited my father for several months. My head, it almost feels like a halo. It's like I've got this pulsing energy all the time, and my third eye, very distinctly, um, almost. I don't even know how to articulate it, but the whole thing with the pulsing energy in my head, it's like this breaking through, and going there, it's like I grounded into 3D reality, and that kind of just stopped. It's
Well, you
very.
had some expectations and
Mhm.
some old movies
Yeah,
that you kind of went back to default mode.
yeah,
So it's okay. Like I said, like living in an awakened state does not happen all at once. Nothing happens all at once.
right,
So, unless you consider the intention to be part of the all at once. So, when you intend to, when you are awake to a desire and you intend to fulfill that desire, then it's like a big bang of your consciousness happens. And all of that movie is available now to
right,
be experienced.
right,
And so it's important to hold these intentions. And then once they're held, then you navigate with your awareness. You
right,
navigate through the world because you're going to get more than one
right,
movie option.
right.
Very good. All right. I think that's good for today.
Thank you, Mukti.